Now to a massive effort to help protect California's oldest state park. More than $500,000 will now go to Big Basin, the iconic redwoods in the heart of the Santa Cruz Mountains. They were recently scarred by wildfires. Joining me now by Zoom to talk about the recovery efforts is Sarah Barth, the executive director of the Semperviren Fund. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so this is like an early Christmas gift. Can you tell me about the donation to California State Parks?
Yeah, we're so excited to be able to make this contribution to state parks, and it comes from the generosity of over 1,000 donors who came from over 3 continents who responded to the dire situation in the forest at the park and wanted to know how they could help support the recovery effort.
And the public superintendent for California State Parks Santa Cruz District says at least 97% of Big Basin's 18,000 acres were impacted by the CZU fire. How exactly will this donation help Big Basin recover from the damage?
So this donation is being used to help clear away the hazard trees that were generated by this fire, trees that threaten to fall across roads and trails that park staff need to be able to access right now to do the larger recovery effort. So this is sort of the first down payment on what's going to be a long-term recovery effort and a costly recovery effort.
Of course, buildings and structures can be rebuilt, but what else does this mean for damaged redwoods, some that have been growing for, we're talking hundreds of years?
Yeah, redwoods can live to be thousands of years, actually, and I'm feeling really optimistic about the forest itself. Despite the severity of the fire, our estimation is that a very high percentage of the trees will recover from this, and we're already starting to see signs of regrowth and greenery amidst the redwoods, which is really heartening. I think the infrastructure is what's harder to replace.
And this donation makes it pretty clear your donors and the public really care for Big Basin. How else can they help, and will they be able to visit the park anytime soon?
Yeah, so Semperviren Fund was created in 1900 in response to the logging that threatened the area that is now Big Basin. And so our supporters have been involved in the protection of this area, including the establishment of Big Basin as a state park. So we have a long history here, a lot of passion for this place. And I think it's going to be a while before people can get back into it because of safety.
And you mentioned the Semperviren Fund. What else has it done this year?
So Semperviren's work has been throughout its history one of acquiring property, purchasing wood forests, and turning them over to public hands so they can be state parks, or stewarding those properties ourselves. And so this year has been no different, and we've continued to acquire property that we hope one day will be additions to Big Basin. And we're working on some transitions to state park right now to add acres to a nearby redwood park, Castle Rock.
Good news there. Anything else you'd like to add as these recovery efforts continue?
You know, I want to encourage people to be positive about the themselves and their ability to recover from these fires. Fires are a natural part of this system, but green fire is not natural, and I think it's a wake-up call to all of us that we need to be thinking carefully about how we manage our forests differently in the wake of climate change, and also how we manage ourselves and how we think about our relationship with fire. It's a reality here in California, and it's something that going forward we really need to think about how we can live with it.
Sarah Barth, Executive Director of the Semperviren Fund, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for your interest.